Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. It is a big legal win for Vijay-led Tamil Nadu government. The Supreme Court has stayed a key direction of the Madras High Court that had called for a complete ban on cow slaughter during Bakrid and otherwise, observing that High Court's operative direction prima facie requires correction. Defending its stance, the Tamil Nadu government told the top court that the state's existing law does not impose a blanket ban on cow slaughter. It argued that the Tamil Nadu Animal Preservation Act regulates the slaughter of cattle under specific conditions and that the High Court's direction effectively created a new prohibition that the legislature had never enacted. The Madras High Court justified its order by referring to Article 48 of the Constitution, India's civilizational traditions, the Constituent Assembly debates and Mahatma Gandhi's view on cow protection, while directing the state to ensure that no cows were slaughtered on Bakrid. The case now centers on a crucial constitutional question. Should questions of faith in cow protection be decided through judicial directions, or must any expansion of the law come only from the legislature? Let's start off our conversation. Joining me on the telecast are my panelists. I am going to get them on board one after another. Let's bring in Rahul Ishwar in the conversation. And Rahul, let's hear it from you with regards to what's your opinion of the stay that was put by the Madras High Court. It was challenged by the state of Tamil Nadu and the Supreme Court has made the requisite correction, staying the court order, especially when butchering of cattle is an important ritual during Bakrid.
Thank you for your concern. Thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead. Okay. While we get Rahul into the conversation, I am also being joined by Dr. Rajasekhar, who's a political analyst. Dr. Rajasekhar, what do you make of the verdict of the Supreme Court today?
Good evening, madam. We see this as a very good verdict for us as of now. Though it is an interim stay, we think that we will win this case because this is not just about the ban of slaughtering or sacrifice, be that in the next phase, but still this is a legislative fight for our right. So I think this is a great verdict from the Supreme Court, and they have also stated that for the prayer was not about the ban, it was about the regulation for Bakrid, but the High Court order was a complete blanket ban was given as the verdict in High Court, which was challenged in the Supreme Court. And yes, we welcome this so that Article 15, State List 2 says that State Legislative Assembly holds the absolute power over preservation, protection and improvement of stock and animal diseases. Yes, so it has been saved. Article 21-29, preservation of culture and food habits, that is also a state subject and constitutional right. So that is also saved. And Article 19.1, right to trade and livelihood. All the constitution has been saved by the Supreme Court stay, and we welcome that as a Tamilian, as a nationalist. Yes, we welcome this move from Supreme Court.
Rahul Ishwar is back on the telecast with me. Rahul, what do you make of the verdict? And the very important, at the core of this dispute that obviously has garnered national headlines is our courts and governments, the decision makers in what people are eating and what is it that they are allowed to execute, implement, practice in their faith. We see in Bakrid, slaughtering of the lamb, of other animals is an important ritual in their faith, in celebrating this festival.
See, two or three submission. Let us be politically, brutally honest about this. There is a section of Hindu community who care deeply for the cow. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, our father of the nation, was one such person. And then Mahatma Gandhi honestly said, but if my Muslim brother wants to eat meat, I should not be a person stopping it. Even while the Constituent Assembly debates were having this fight, Ambedkar ji found a balance. The Hindu right wing wanted the cow slaughter to be criminalized. Hindu right wing wanted much more of accommodation to cow slaughter. But Ambedkar ji said, I cannot do that. But I will put your concern in Article 48 or directive principles of state policy. So directive principles of state policy will always come under fundamental rights. So it is a larger policy vision. See, the cow is sacred to Hindu community because, and interestingly, I can put something. The Latin American revolutionary Che Guevara, the great communist, when he came to India, he was fascinated by how Indians protect cow. And he went on to record to say, he had some interviews here, that we should learn cow protection from Hindus. See, this was because cow was central to our economy for thousands of years. Cow dung was useful, cow was useful for milk, cow was considered a cultural symbol. So there is a sentiment to it, let us accept. At the same point of time, there is no point in imposing that cow protection to our Christian brothers or Muslim brothers, who eats beef. This is where we have to find a balance, and that balance is this. Yes, cow protection should be there, more goshala should be there, more and more accommodation to the cows' needs should be there. Cow should not eat plastic. More and more cows die by eating plastic and the other waste than are being killed. So all the protection to them. At the same point of time, let us not beat another human being to death because of cow. And there has been such instances, especially the Muslim brothers have borne the brunt of it. Even people like Akhlaq on false allegations has been unfortunately killed over this. See, I am a Hindu Brahmin right-wing activist. For me, cow is like my mother. Along with Vande Mataram, we say Vande Go Mataram. But at the same point of time, we should respect everyone's sentiments. So I think Vijay government had struck a fine balance. See, Vijay has been creating new balances, which is very essential. He has stopped the DMK government's earlier, plan to take over 246 crores from the temple. He supported it. Then later he came to another thing. He balanced it. So I think it is high time we have an honest, open political conversation where a section of Hindus who feel that cow is their mother, we will respect their sentiments. At the same point of time, if somebody else wants to eat something, we should not control their dietary choices. This is an honest, open, balanced.
I'm saying, are we bringing religion into formulating laws and then implementing them? I do want to say that at the end of the day, if you are, because this Tamil Nadu state policy, the August 1976 government order was rolled out, designed to ban cow slaughter to quote unquote improve milk production and rural economy. So why are you not banning the slaughter of buffaloes? I do also want to mention that in Uttar Pradesh, in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh and several other states, cow slaughter is completely banned, but we still have 40 to 50% of the beef exports, which is primarily water buffaloes, comes from Uttar Pradesh. It is exported to all parts of the world. And if we if we do not want, if it is under the pretext of, promotion of milk production and improving rural economy, we are putting out this law, then it should be rolled out for all cattle, including cows, including buffaloes.
See, ma'am, let us be honest regarding this. There was a religious, spiritual reason. If the word religion is problematic, I will use the word cultural. There was a cultural issue in this. Even Mahatma Gandhi bought his ashram, Sabarmati, in the name of cows. Our father of the nation was a Gorakshak, a cow protector, but he was more of a champion of Hindu-Muslim unity. Cow should not be a problem between Hindus and Muslims or between Indians. At the same point of time, we should remember it was because of cow and Gomada that the 1857 first war of independence in effect took place. People like Mangal Pandey rose up because there were spiritual, cultural sentiments hurt. Cow has always been a sensitive touch point. I agree. But the funny irony is in Northeast, that's the reason why people who criticize us always say, North India mein mummy, Northeast mein yummy. North India mein cow is mummy, but in Northeast, that happens. Or even in Goa, many BJP people associate or Hindu activists eat it. So it's a sensitive, delicate balance. For example, I
Okay.
have grown in a family with Goshala. I understand the sentiments associated with it. So when somebody is cutting, it feels some kind of pain in my mind. But I should be respectful of a sentiment of a Muslim brother or Christian brother or a non-vegetarian brother, that they do have their choices and desires. They do have their options. And Article 48 was brought together without the connotation of religion, only to accommodate religious, spiritual, cultural feelings, whichever word you want to use. So that's the honest position. The Hindu right wing was heartily behind Ambedkarji to make it a criminal act. But Ambedkarji said, I cannot do that. Article 48 can be there so that your concerns can also be accommodated.
Okay.
India
All
is
right.
a nation
Fair
of balance.
Fair enough. I also have with me Tyra Hassan. Tyra, what do you make of this situation, especially when there are democracies like United States of America, which call themselves secular, but continue to propagate the message of a Christian-first country? Is this something that can be emulated or even desired or thought about, incepted in a culturally, religiously diverse nation as India? And how do we distinguish ourselves from an America?
You know, we are the largest democracy which is run by the Constitution. Our Constitution gives us a fundamental right to follow our religion, but not to hurt anybody's faith, you know. So I think that most of the Uttar Pradesh Hindi belt, you can say cow belt, we call it, that cow is not slaughtered even in Bakrid or any occasion. The goat is slaughtered in Bakrid even. So but the Goa, the BJP government is there, but the cow is slaughtered there. So I say I respect others' feeling. So we believe that if the cow, we consider cow as a mother, naturally, if my Hindu brothers respect cow and they have full respect for the cow, then of course there should be uniform guideline that it should not be slaughtered in Goa, not Northeast, not Uttar Pradesh, not Gujarat, not Bihar. It should be like that. You can't be selective in that. No, here it is my mother, but there it is not. Just sit and think about it, but maintain communal harmony. That is more important. And India is a diverse country. After every 15 kilometer, 50 kilometer, the culture is your culture changes. You know, eating habit, dresses, language. You see in Uttar Pradesh, the language. I'm in the capital of Uttar Pradesh. Language is different. You go to the Faizabad, little different.
Yeah.
Go to the eastern UP, Gorakhpur, Azamgarh. The entirely different language they use in the same state. So we are this. This is we call now unity in diversity in India. This is the beauty of India. The whole world just appreciate this thing that India is such a diverse country. You know, largest democracy. So our constitution is working so beautifully
Okay.
that we all believe in maintaining communal harmony. That is more important. Law of the land must be respected. And now it is the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, that we just trust our institutions, that has stayed on blanket ban on cow slaughter. That was the order was given by the
Okay.
High Court of Madras.
Okay.
But
All right.
still, it is not going to implement for time being. The Supreme Court will hear it, detailed hearing will take place, and then the things will be decided.
Okay,
So
all
it
right,
is
fair
why
enough,
so
ma'am.
much
Fair
you
enough.
cry right
Yes.
now.
I also have with me Pula Rao, political analyst. Pula Rao, do you think the government, which is the BJP, the NDA that is in power, is being wrongfully vilified for its alleged Hindutva propagation, and by way of Hindutva propagation also bringing about this complete ban on cow slaughter, on cattle slaughter, There has been an instance that has come into the news just a week ago about eggs being banned in government schools in West Bengal with the BJP government coming into power. The contract for providing, making, cooking food and giving it to the children in government schools has been handed over to ISKCON, and they refuse to give eggs or non-vegetarian diet to the children.
Yeah, absolutely. There are two aspects. One, the Supreme Court's action today, and it was a kind of speaking order from what we hear from the news. They pointed out that the division bench of the Madras High Court has wrongfully given an order on a plea that was not made. They did not make this plea. The petitioner only asked that Bakrid slaughter be administered and regulated. So therefore, this will definitely, as days go by, this will be struck down. And rightfully so, because for the simple reason, as our friends have said, we are a diversified country, a very sensitive place. Our social equations are not yet solidified. We got independence about 80 years ago. Still, there are a lot of disputes, social issues, social questions are going on. In the British times, they could put a lid down on these things, but we can't, as we are a democracy. These dietary issues, as you have mentioned, if the central government is behind it, it's a waste of time. These are not issues that the Indian people care about in a vast way. How many people care about this? Maybe 5%, 2%? Of course, they're very noisy about it, they're very demonstrative, and therefore they are able to make it up that there's huge opposition. Some people oppose it. I respect it. And it should be, this kind of cow slaughter should not be held in a way in which they're hurt. Definitely, it need not be a very gory affair in public. They can do what they like in private. And secondly, you have also mentioned this diet issue. I think that's very unfortunate that the government of Bengal takes this stance. It should at least give a choice to the schools, because it has come out on retrospect or inspection of the whole thing, introspection of the issue. The Bengal government says they're going to give enough protein, vegetable protein, and maybe that's right. But still, there's a public feeling that the diet has been tampered with for no big reason. Poultries are allowed in this country and they're encouraged. And therefore, this kind of thing will not help the government as far as public appreciation is concerned. This tries to diversify, this tries to distract issues, and it doesn't pay politically. I really don't know why they give so much heft to diet, which they can regulate properly, so that sentiments are not hurt.
Okay, all right. All right, fair enough. Coming back to Dr. Rajasekhar, in the larger scheme of things, do you think with the Supreme Court order, justice has prevailed?
Yes, madam. We consider this stay, though it is an interim stay, we consider this will be the final verdict too, because of the difference in the nature and the overstretching of High Court's order. As I said earlier, the pill and the prayer was not for the ban; it was only for the regulation during the Bakrid, and there is always a regulation in Tamil Nadu. It is already been regulated, as you stated, 1976 GO for boosting milk production. There are a lot of differences. Time has passed. From 1976, we have crossed 50 years, and for 1976, they have specifically put this GO for native cattle, which is not right now in Tamil Nadu. It is not there right now. We have more of hybrid cattle here, and TVK will stand by the constitution, and we will stand for the state rights. We will stand for our cultural and religious harmony. I request through this national media to Tamil Nadu BJP people not to make a chaos out of this, as they did for Vennimalai issue, where a long-standing decades of issue has been solved by TVK government in just few days, where they gave the land patta issue for the poor who are there using that land for agriculture. Only the resistance came only from the BJP side and not from any other side. The same thing is happening in this cow slaughter ban also. Only BJP people are creating some ruckus here in Tamil Nadu, and none other public is involved in this, because nobody actually gives any nobody wants to put their nose into other religious people's issue and other people's culture and food habits in
Okay.
Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Rahul, coming back to you, do you feel that in the 12 years of the NDA government, which is led by the BJP, the single largest political party in the country that has won the electoral vote and the seats, there's a sentiment that has grown gradually that under this government, in want of spreading the Hindutva message, the Muslim community's religious rights are being curtailed in any manner, when instances like, making the entire country vegetarian, which is something, which is something that is not accepted. It just cannot happen because of the diversity, the cultural diversity, the religious diversity, the regional diversity in our country. I gave one example of what has happened in West Bengal. Do you think it is just coincidental? After the BJP has come to power, Shivendu Adhikari has become chief minister, and eggs have been removed in the diet of the children.
I'll go one step beyond. The greatest Bengali, one of the greatest Indians, Swami Vivekananda, said, especially to Brahmins and the so-called forward caste, if you are going to impose your dietary thing on the others, it is wrong. And it is because of your this wrong attitude that we have been under slavery for 1,000 years. I am quoting Swami Vivekananda, the most acceptable person for BJP, Congress, and even the left liberals. Swami Vivekananda went on record to say this: if you are going to impose your vegetarianism, and he rightly said there may be 5 to 10% of people who are more sattvic and who would like to have vegetarian, let them have it. Vivekananda Swami himself was a consumer of fish. He is coming from Bengal, and he says if you are going to impose it, this is one of the reasons why we Indians have been under slavery for 1,000 years. So let us understand this point in depth. Respect the sentiments. People like Mahatma Gandhi are active Gorakshaks, but he never imposed it on a Muslim brother. He always said, cow is my mother, but the Muslim is my brother. You have to have both. So you need to find a sensitive and sensible balance. And there is no, see, I am a vegetarian. My mother is a vegetarian. See, we have a vegetarian, lineage. But at the same point of time, there are many people who would like to have a different dietary choice. My wife itself comes from a different community. She is not a vegetarian. She eats non-vegetarian. I respect her choices. She respects my choices. This is how you respect each other. We need not make India a vegetarian nation. We need to, primarily I would like to say this. State has no responsibility in making India a vegetarian state. But at the same point of time, state has every responsibility to inquire if everyone is having food. Everyone having any kind of good nutritious food is the first responsibility of a state, and there is no mandate, cultural, spiritual or any other, to make India itself a vegetarian state. And even if you check the history of India, we can see the forward communities, especially Brahmin community, has been largely vegetarian to many parts, and a huge percentage of Hindu community itself has been non-vegetarian. So there is no problem in such things. And even in Holy Ramayana, which we all consider sacred, there has been many instances of eating meat. See, these are simple dietary choices which evolves over years. That's the reason why we need to respect everyone's dietary choices. And I hope BJP and the Sangh Parivar party, which I really respect, they also understand the complex diversity of our nation.
Okay, all right. Taira, come quick. So is this only political parties doing to cause communal rifts by coming out and making these? I would go and take this liberty to call it diktats. And how does this impact our communities, our citizens, and the communal harmony?
You're asking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I already said that there is duty of the state and duty of the citizen of the country to maintain the communal harmony. You cannot impose anybody a dress or dress code or food habits. I mean, you can't impose that you eat only this. You cannot eat this. That is our fundamental right. And it is not like that only Muslims eat non-vegetarian. Lots of my non-Muslim brothers and sisters, they relish the non-vegetarian food. I'm vegetarian. My family respects my choice. So we must respect each other's choice. And the other things are important. Yes, if you respect the cow in real means, we all respect, because my Hindu brother and sister respect them. So I'm saying ban it, make the uniform law, uniform guideline. Northeast to Goa, everywhere it should be banned. People can eat goat or buffalo, whatever they want,
Okay.
whatever is allowed, they can eat. But thing is that you make more shelter homes, keep them nicely there. The food must be provided to them. If not, and they are dying, then accountability should be fixed on that. That is more important issue, that they should not roam around here and there to eat the plastic bags and all and choke
Yeah.
and die. So these things are to be taken under consideration, and these are the important questions that must be addressed by the state, because according to the constitution, state has no religion.
Okay. All right.
They should maintain communal harmony in any extent.
Okay, all right, fair enough. On that note, I'm out of time. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast and sharing your views. I'll take a short break. Thanks for watching NewsX.